大家好，Welcome to the Lesson 15. 新年就要到了 The New Year is coming, and this class is the third class of this lesson. So in this class, I will walk you through two grammar parts, and these two parts they're pretty easy. So now let's get started. The grammar part 1. So in this part, we'll focus on this one. 要了，要了。So 要了 indicating the state of an action. Alright, but instead of saying 要了, there are other forms which we have seen them in the previous class. I mean from the texts. Okay? 好, now let's take a look on the explanation. The structure 快要了 or 就要了 or 快了 or 要了 indicates that something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. So pay attention, there are four forms that we can use. And all these four forms, whenever you see these four forms in a sentence, it means that something is going to happen. So you can use 快要了, 就要了, 快了, and 要了 as you like. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the sentence structure, and I think you'll be clear after some examples. Okay, here. Okay, so here, this line, this is the sentence structure. Here, the line 1 is the subject, and line 2 is either of those four forms, which are here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then line 3 is verb. So usually we can use a single verb, but sometimes we can also add an object here. And then the last line is le, okay? So see this one, 4 of them, and then with le. And this forms this one, 要了 or 快要了, 就要了, 快了. 好, now let's start with example 1. 火车就要来了. 好, now that we know 就要了 indicate that something is going to happen, so we'll just focus on the rest of those words. The first one, 火车是什么意思? 火车意思是 train. And then this one, verb, 来 is pretty easy, means come. So 火车来, the train come, and then plus something is going to happen, so which means something is going to happen in the future. So train is coming. If we translate this sentence into English, we can say the train is coming. The train is coming. And in Chinese, we can say 火车就要来了. 好, so instead of using 就要了, we can also use, for example, the first one, 快要了. So this sentence becomes 火车快要来了. And also we can use 快了, 火车快来了. And then the last one, 要了. So 火车要来了. So all these four forms, they indicate the same thing. Okay, this is the example 1. Example 2. See here, subject is empty. So now let's take a look on this sentence again. 要了. And then this one, 下雨什么意思? 下雨 means rain or to rain. So sometimes when we say 下雨, that means it rains, or it means it's raining. It depends, okay? But now with 要了 this form, the meaning has changed into it is going to rain. And that explains why there is not a subject, because the subject is omitted. It means the weather. So we can just say 要下雨了. It means it is going to rain. It is going to rain. 要下雨了. 好 Now example 3, 第三个，新的一年快要到了。好 see 快要了 also indicates the future tense, something's going to happen. 新的一年，新意思是 new, like this is a new chair, 这是新的椅子。一年，年 means year, 一 means number one, so 一年 one year or a year. So together, 新的一年 new a year, which means new year. So I believe we have learned New Year this word. At that class, it says 新年. So now I can tell you, instead of saying 新年, we can also use 新的一年 to say New Year. 好 this one 到 do you still remember? 到的意思是 arrive. So New Year arrives plus the future tense. So New Year is arriving. New Year is arriving, or New Year is approaching. New Year is coming. Here, the New Year is coming. I think these three examples are pretty easy. 好，现在跟我读。第一个，火车就要来了。第二个，要下雨了。第三个，新的一年快要到了。Okay, now this is the page 1 of how to use 要了. And then we still have page 2, and page 2 I can tell you is something different. Okay, here. If there is an adverbial of time in the sentence, then we use only 就要了. Pay attention, if there is an adverbial of time, which is a time expression in a sentence. So, if there is a time in the sentence, then we use only 就要了. We don't use the rest of those three forms. We just use one form, and that's 就要了. Okay? 好 Here. So the sentence structure becomes adverbial of time, which is which we can simply say a time, and then subject, and then 就要 with 了 with 了, and then verb with object. Okay, so there are three examples, and they are the same ones from the previous page, but now each of them has a time in the sentence. So now let's take a look on the first one. 第一个5分钟后火车就要来了。好，火车就要来了 means the train is coming. And then here, let's take a look on the time. 5分钟 Remember, 5分钟什么意思啊？ 5 minutes. And then 后的意思是 after. So 5 minutes after, which we can say after 5 minutes, the train is coming. The train is coming after 5 minutes. Here, the train is coming after 5 minutes. See, if there is an adverbial of time in a sentence, then we use only 就要了. We don't use like 要了 or 快了 or 快要了. We just use 就要了. This is really important, okay? Alright, next one. 明天就要下雨了. Okay, 就要下雨了 means it is going to rain, and then with the time 明天意思是 tomorrow. So we can say it is going to rain tomorrow. It's going to rain tomorrow. It's pretty easy. Okay, the last one. 下个星期 星期的意思是 week， 下个星期意思是 next week， next week， 新的一年就要到了。The new year is coming at what time? 下个星期 next week. So the new year is coming next week. Next week. 好 So that's all for this page. Just remember, if there is an adverbial time in the sentence, then we just use 就要了，就要了。Alright, these are 3 examples. 跟我读，5分钟后火车就要来了。第二个，明天就要下雨了。第三个，下个星期新的一年就要到了。好 and that's all for the grammar part 1. Now we can move to the part 2. 都了，都了，都 this single word means all or both. But if you see 都了 in a sentence, then it means something else. You see, 都了 means already, already. Do you still remember the word already in Chinese? And that's 已经，已经，已经. Okay. So now that we know 都了 also means already. So which means in the future you have 2 choices. One is you can say 已经, and then the second one is you can say 都了，都了. Okay. And usually this form is conveying an emphatic or a complaining tone, emphatic or a complaining tone, which means you are not happy with something, and then so that you have a complaining tone. Okay, now we can look at those 3 examples. The first one, 都8点了. You see, 都了means already, which is 已经 8点 is a time which is 8 o'clock. So already 8 o'clock, that's the first clause of this sentence. Next one, 快起床吧. 起床 is a phrasal verb, means get up. 快 remember? 快的意思是 quick or fast. Then the last word 吧 indicates a suggestion. So 快起床吧. 起床 get up. 快 quick. So get up quickly. So this Chinese sentence in English we can say, it's already 8 o'clock. Get up quickly. Which means like you need to let him get up and to do something else. Okay, number 2, 你都10岁了，可以自己学习了。好 in the first clause, 都了. First, I think we better mark these 2 words, and then we look at the rest of the words. 你 you 10岁 10 years old. So the first clause says you are already 10 years old. Alright, second, 可以自己学习了。可以意思是 can. 自己 yourself. 学习 study. So self-study. Alright, so this sentence we can say, you are already 10 years old and you can learn by yourself. You don't need to be pushed by someone else. So in English we say, you are already 10, you can learn by yourself. 好, now we move to the example 3. I have already been waiting for 1 hour. I have already been waiting for 1 hour. So how do we say this sentence in Chinese? First, we need to find out wait in Chinese. Remember, wait. We say 等 Okay, and then 1 hour. Remember? 1 hour 意思是1小时 小时 is hour, so 1 is 一小时。Okay, so I have been waiting for 1 hour. 我都等一小时了，and 都，OK， 我都等意思是 wait. So I have already been waiting for 1 hour. Okay, so these are 3 Chinese sentences. 跟我读，都8点了，快起床吧。And then the second one, 你都10岁了，可以自己学习了。And then the last one, 我都等1小时了。Alright, so that's how we use Dolla in Chinese sentence. I hope in the future or from this moment on, you know how does it work. You know how Dolla works in Chinese sentence. Okay? Alright, and that's all for the second grammar part, and that's all for today's class. And bye.